Hi, I'm Emily Bowden with Jellystone Park Zion, and welcome to Around the Picnic Basket.
I'm Janae. I get to be here today with Emily. I've worked at Jellystone for 2.5 years. 2 years? I don't know, ever since it opened. So that's how long I've been there, since the very beginning.
Right, and she started as?
I started as the assistant general manager, and then I had a baby. And now I like to say I have my hands in all the different baskets.
You really do.
I do everything and anything that they need me to do. Fun.
That's seriously it. Anything that we need, special projects or anything, we're like, where's Janae? Hey, Janae!
I can do it!
Sometimes she comes in with baby Hudson, and we all hold baby Hudson, and it's the best. We all have baby Hudson.
And now I get to go get my lifeguard instructor certification, which is super fun.
Yeah, and that brings us to the topic for today, lifeguarding and aquatics.
Yes.
Which has kind of been your passion for a long time, right?
Yeah, so I actually started as a lifeguard, which is really funny. When I was 17, I was a lifeguard for a water park in California. Did not think that I would ever be a lifeguard again. I was like, oh, this is just kind of cool, like a cute summer job. And I was a swimmer in high school, so it's really fitting. And then now circle back, gross, almost 9 years later. That is really scary. 9 years later, and now I'm going to do it again.
And why are you doing it again?
Because we need it.
We do.
I am more than happy to help wherever we need it, and we always need more lifeguards. And being an instructor really saves, the company, but also it's just a way to make sure that our lifeguards are getting the right training that we want them to get specific to our facility.
Yeah.
So.
And, when I started this job, I didn't understand what was all entailed with lifeguarding and aquatics, and there's so much more than I ever imagined. Going from, we're with Ellis right now. The first year we started, we were with
Red Cross,
and now we're with Ellis. Ellis is very intense.
Yes.
I love it because they keep us on our toes, so
keeps us accountable.
They really do. So changing from Red Cross to Ellis, I think, has been a great move. We love Ellis. We get the support we need to. We do all sorts of training at Jellystone that we never did before. We train our lifeguards on property now. We're in charge of our own training. We used to hire it out, and that just was not the best fit. I didn't feel like they got the training they needed. So
no, I agree. And then they would come and they would say, oh, I'm a lifeguard now. And I'm like, cool. And then we'd have to still train them anyways, according to our facility. So we might as well just do it right the first time.
Exactly.
So, and did you ever think you were going to be a lifeguard?
No. But I knew the first year, because I came in August, so the water zone was still open until, October, end of October.
Yeah.
And I could see that there was some issues. I just didn't know anything about aquatics or lifeguarding to address those issues. And so it was over the winter months that I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. I have to get the training. And not only did I become a lifeguard, I got instructor certified. And that was a hilarious process. In fact, Janae over here was supposed to do it with me.
Sorry.
But she dropped out at the last minute. Tell them why.
Because I was pregnant.
You was pregnant.
I'm not going to do it. But
Good
it's okay.
excuse.
So I still got to go on the trip, and I was still with you in Texas, and I went to the zoo while you went and swam for 12 hours. And it's like
12 hours for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome experience. It was a hilarious experience because I had just become a lifeguard like a month before that. So I kind of knew about lifeguarding, but this was like throwing you in the fire with a bunch of, 25-year-old boys. And I'm not young. I have a almost 21-year-old son. So it was like trying to swim laps with these teenagers and 20-year-olds and trying to keep up, and then these intense saves, and we were in 13 feet of water, and it was very long days, and every time I'd do a save, I'd be talking to these kids and be like, I could be your mom. And they were like, this is a little weird.
Right? And that's just the training for the instructor. The training for the actual lifeguard position is totally different.
Totally different. The instructor is very intense. Again, we train in 13 feet of water. So our saves, you don't, just get to stand up and do a save. Jellystone, our deepest water in the park, where like the pools are at, are like 5.5 feet or 5 feet. So it's a lot of different technique where you can stand up and kind of stabilize, the spine and the neck and everything. But when you're in the middle of water, you have to be really careful and be pretty strong, and it was hilarious because you do lots of training, lots of CPR, and the final, like, you get your certificate is you have to do one save, and they throw different saves at all these people, and mine was a deep water spinal save, which is the hardest. And the guy I was supposed to save was one of the instructors, and the save before me did not go well. And he was just coughing, and it was lots of water, and everyone's like, whoa, you okay? And he's like, nope, I'm good. And so the main instructor raised his hand, and he's like, I'll go in, and jumped in. And he was like 300 pounds, 6.5 foot dude. Yeah, and I was like, shoot. So I did my spinal save on him, and I passed. We're good. But I was like, poor guy. He was probably thinking, like, is she going to save me yet? Is she going to save me yet? But it was a fun experience to go through because, one, I did it. At my age, I did it, and two, I could see what these lifeguards have to go through if there is an intense save. And that was pretty cool for me to actually physically be in there, kind of see the mental thinking of the lifeguards and how they can get people out of the water, and then once they're out, go straight to CPR and then tag team the CPR, pull out the oxygen and call for EMT. So it was a really cool experience to be able to see the whole process. And then when I go out on the pool deck, I can see if they're being with protocol or not. And that was the biggest thing for me. I'm a backup for a teacher, but then I can make sure they're doing what they need to be doing to make sure it's a safe environment. So
totally, which is our number one priority, of course.
It is, yes.
And it's awesome. It's crazy. You don't really know your strength until you're in that moment when you have to do a save and you're like, can I do this?
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah.
When I was 17, when I was a lifeguard, I worked at the wave pool, and I had to jump in and save a mom with her 3 kids, and they were all drowning because this mom was trying to save her 3 children.
Oh, jeez.
And I think I was like 100 pounds, and I was 17. And I mean, you don't think that you can do it, but the training really does help, and you have your buoy, and you're able to just accomplish it, and then it feels really good after.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is giving me a lot of confidence that I can, 1, do my job, and 2, do hard things.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And these kids, so my son was a lifeguard last year, and to watch him go through the training, 1, I was a very proud mom at that moment, but 2, like, wow, what good life skills to have. I mean, he was there when we do audits with Ellis. So Ellis shows up. Let me explain this. Ellis shows up, surprises us. They don't tell you they're there. They actually record our lifeguards on stand, which is actually hilarious to watch. To be like, as a boss, you're like, please focus. And you're watching this video of this kid. And they record them. And then at the end of the day, they approach you as, the managers, and they say, hey, I'm so-and-so with Ellis. I did your audit today. And then you stay afterwards with these kids. And then they go through certification and training and make sure they pass. And so it's pretty intense.
It's very intense.
Yeah.
And they have to crowd in this little room unexpectedly to perform CPR on a mannequin and do all these trainings that they hadn't done in a couple months, and they do really well every time.
They rise to the occasion every time. I'm so proud of them. These teenagers that are anywhere from 16 to 18, wow, under such stress. You can tell they're so stressed.
It's scary. It's like a test at school.
Yeah, and
you're not prepared for.
This person came out probably from Texas or East Coast, and they're there to make sure we get certified. And as a boss, you can't step in. You have to let these kids do it, and you just watch. And it was such a cool experience to see these kids take it so seriously and know what to do and tag team these saves and and it was, I don't know, for me it was kind of seeing wow, if my kid was put in this situation, he has that muscle memory. He knows what to do. He knows the counts. He knows the verbiage. It was just a really cool experience to see them not only learn that, but actually remember it and be able to utilize it. So,
and like you said, the confidence that it gives them and the life skills, right? So let's say someone wants to be a fireman when they're older, right? When I grow up, I want to be a fireman. But, let's say they want to do that. We teach them CPR and we give them a little taste of what they're going to get into, and then they can really understand, this is what I want to do, actually, or I do want to be a nurse, or, you know what, this is not what I want to do anymore. And, so we're giving them the life skills, the confidence, and also a little taste of, hey, this is what you could do with your future and in the future after you graduate high school. So it's really amazing, actually. And it's a fun job.
It's a fun job. We have fun. I think there was one night last year we jumped in all our clothes, bosses and all, in the pool. It was just a fun time. And then we do things like they have to walk up the water slide and look at it and make sure there's no objects in the way or anything. And we hide gift cards and, try to surprise them, making sure they're doing these things so they're actively looking, because once in a while there might be a gift card tied to a section of the slide, because we're monitoring and we're looking the slides constantly and making sure it's a safe environment. And so it's fun to see them. They always volunteer to go up and down the slide. Oh, I'll check the slides, because then you see all these teenagers giggle and they run up the slide, and then they check everything, and then they ride it down. Or we practice the plunge bowl.
Yep.
Once in a while, a kid will pretend to get off their tube. And so they're going around the slide bowl, which is not dangerous. We just want to make sure they're safe. And so we practice saves in the slide bowl. And that's their favorite day, because they get to go down the slide bowl or the bowl slide with no tube. And so that's really fun for them. So,
we try to let them have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's your 16, 17, 18. It's maybe your first, second job. And you don't want it to be boring. We want you to come back year after year and come and gain more skills and promote to be a head guard and then a supervisor, and then, see you come back when you're in college to work in the summer. So we try to keep it super fun, I'd like to think. I mean, I had a lot of fun when I was a lifeguard, and I mean, all summer long I was having fun out there.
Yeah.
We 8 months pregnant and all, I was having a blast and running around. I couldn't go down the water slides, unfortunately, but I was living vicariously through all the 16-year-olds running down. He's like, I want to do that.
There was one time that I will never forget. Janae is like 9 months pregnant, right? And I sent her out to measure for a sign at the splash pad. And she's out there measuring and forgot about this. I mean, how many gallons is that bucket? Like 50-gallon bucket that just tipped on top of Janae. She comes in and she's dripping in the office. It just got her good.
It got me so hilarious. Good. And I had to just sludge through water to go up to try to see whatever I was trying to see, but I was soaking wet.
You were drenched
all day. I was like, well, this is, you know what? It was a hot day today, so this feels really good.
It was.
And we let the kids jump in the water too, and so...
Yeah. In fact, this year, I think we're in the process of making it mandatory when they wear rash guards. So different colors rash guards, but they're going to actually jump in the water before they get on the stand and then jump in the water as they get out. If you do that, the body temperature actually stays really normal. It doesn't get super hot. And so they're constantly like playing in the water for a second, getting out. And then, if they're at the top of the slide and it's their time to go, they ride the slide down, So it's just having fun. They also we have employee parties. So once a year we do an employee party where they get to invite so many family members or guests, and the park is the employees. Yep. They get to have it.
And we run the park. We run the park. We're lifeguards.
I'm lifeguarding usually so they can have fun. And, but it's just fun to see everyone enjoy it. We usually do like a big potluck, and it's fun. The park's closed for anyone outside. It's just an employee and friends party, and it's one of my favorite times.
It's a super fun time.
Yeah.
I agree. Everyone's great.
We just hired a new aquatics manager. She comes to us from Texas.
Yes.
She ran the Air Force Base.
Yeah, the aquatics facility on the base. I think 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a couple of them on the base.
Yeah.
So I love talking to her because she's always like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like, I love it. And
she hits me with the ma'am, and I'm like, I'm younger than you, but that works too, I guess.
But she is so organized and so on the ball, but then she's so fun. So I'm excited for this year to be very organized, have really good training, but also have fun with these kids.
And we had some of the lifeguards come back and have a meeting with her to see... what the vibe was going to be this year. And they came in and they were talking to me about how they were so excited and how they could already feel the shift in how this year was going to be 10 times better. Not to say last year was bad. Last year was great.
It was great, yeah.
But this year is going to be even better. And so it's really cool to see how they are already connecting with her.
Yeah.
And she can so easily have these conversations with these kids and, help them grow in life and also in their job.
Yeah, definitely. We had a kid last year who was one of the best head guards that we'd have. And I noticed his skills were really good when it came to medical. Like if someone was bleeding, he had no problem putting on the gloves, cleaning it up, getting Band-Aids. Like he was really good. And then he actually was doing medical stuff in the winter. And then he just came back for an interview and we just hired him as a supervisor.
Yes.
And so it was fun for him to see, like, he got a little bit of experience with medical, but then he still really wanted to come back for the summer.
And he's been here. He was here 2 summers ago, too. He was here for our first year.
Yes.
And so he's been here from the very beginning as well. And he's grown, and that's what we like to see. We like to see them coming back, and he's the first year he was just a lifeguard, and then the second year he was a head guard, and now he's a supervisor, and so he's really growing in life and in his job, and it's just really cool to watch these kids grow up and gain the confidence. I mean, because he's been here from the very beginning. I mean, 2 years ago he was a regular lifeguard, and then he became a head guard, and now he's a supervisor, and it's really fun and exciting to watch him grow. And it's not just him, it's all these people that keep coming back, whether it's in our retail department or our activities department, and it's super fun to watch these teenagers come back year after year because they love their job and because they love working with us and for us, and we love having them.
Oh, they're the best. The teenagers make the summer.
Oh, yeah.
And what an amazing job to have. There's not many jobs that you can have full-time over the summer, and then as soon as school starts, our water zone closes. We're open on weekends, but then they just go down to a little part-time job. So summer jobs, for kids are huge. It teaches them responsibility, and it pads their pockets a little more to get ready for college or, anything else they're preparing for in the future. But what a fun environment and a wholesome environment to be in, compared to some of the other jobs that my son has recently applied for. That I was like, oh, I don't know, that's a rough crowd, very family-friendly crowd at Jellystone.
And I mean, the friends that you make, and you get to bring your friends and work with your friends, or you make new friends in the summer, and then it's just, you have fun every day going to work because you're with the people that you enjoy working with. I mean, like, I enjoy working with you, right? Like, it's so fun going into work every day because I get to hang out with you and work with you. And
do have fun.
Same thing with Heather, but and all of our team. But yeah, these kids get to come back year after year and work with their friends, and they create memories all year long or all summer long. And then they have the winters off for holidays or for trips, and then they just come back and work with us again. And it's super fun to watch these kids come back, and you develop a relationship with them, like a work relationship with them. So it's really nice, and I hope that we get some more lifeguards. Yeah. And we want, I think, over 100 this year. I mean, the amount of people that goes into staffing this water zone is crazy. I mean, it just seems year after year we're like, wait, we should put more lifeguards here. Yeah. Wait, we should put more lifeguards. And now we're up to, wow, I need like 120 lifeguards.
Between February, March, and April, we hire around 100 people in the next few months. So it's a massive undertaking and hiring process to get the park going. So we open
March 14th.
March 14th for the weekends.
Yes.
So Friday after
3 p.m. and then Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And it's super exciting. But yeah, we do hire a lot through the summer, and we get people trained within 2 to 3 days. So it's not this massive, and it's not like you're there 12, 13 hours a day like you were for LGI.
No, it's different.
No, it's very different. But they're there for, 6 to 8 hours, and we pay them for the training, which is super nice. And so they're able to come and get the certification in a matter of a weekend, and then they're working the next weekend. Yeah. And so it's exciting. But yeah, it's definitely a lot. Yeah. And we're excited. And up until Memorial Day, when we open full time, we're going to, still hiring constantly.
And even I think last year we did a class in June as well, too. Yeah. Just because we're trying to fill those spots. So. Yeah. And the hiring process for Jellystone is you applied on our website or Indeed right now.
So you can apply online or, on our website or Indeed, and then our managers or myself reach out and we schedule an interview. And we're pretty responsive. We get back to people within about a week, and we're pretty quick with things. We don't like to keep you hanging. And the worst part is when you apply for a job and then you have to wait a few weeks to find out if you got it. You're like, okay, well, I don't like this very much. And so we like to get back to people really quickly and get them in for an interview, get them secured, get them their swim test. If you're going to be a lifeguard, you have to do a swim test. We have to make sure that you can swim. I think it's a 50-yard swim, which is
not bad.
Not bad at all. If you can hang out in a pool with your friends in the summer, you can swim 50 yards for sure. Yeah. So yeah, but lots of lifeguards.
And then the lifeguards, once they get accepted into the program, they have to do modules, and the modules are online training. It's very informative. They go anything from burns to cuts to bruises to Heimlich, and then CPR. So you watch these modules, and then you come in for a couple days of training, and then that's it.
And then, those are the life skills we're talking about. You learn the Heimlich when you're a teenager, and then you use it. Hopefully you never have to use it, but you have that knowledge in your head for your whole life. Yeah. Yeah. You eventually have kids or your parents or those are the life skills that, where else will you learn all these skills with the summer job?
Well, not just learn them, but we have training that has to go on monthly. And so we're constantly reviewing, like, how many times do you push on the test? How many times do you puff? So if it's a child, what's different with the Heimlich compared to an adult or an infant? So you're taught all this, and then you review it constantly every month. And we make it fun. We have like glove challenges where we have gloves in our pocket, and you're like, ready, set, go. And you have to put them on, glove. And then whoever has them on, because sometimes it's hard putting gloves on wet hands. So we want to be familiar and do it fast. If there's blood or something, glove, on fast, protect yourself. But we have fun with it. We call it the shooting glove game because it's like, who can do it the fastest? And we have competitions, and by the end, everyone's laughing, and it's just fun. But again, it's important to remember glove to protect yourself. And we drill that into these kids' heads, and it's just, I don't know, it's a really fun experience to go through.
Yeah. It's a very serious job, but it's a very fun job. And I mean, I personally, I am so glad that being a lifeguard was my first job. I think that it gave me the confidence. I was able to save a mom and her 3 kids. 100-pound me. Little did I know that I was ever going to be able to do that. But I'm very grateful in that, and it definitely set me up for the rest of my life. So I'd like to think that it could do the same for, any one of the kids that we hire in the summertime, and help them grow and develop in themselves and become adults and come back year after year while they're in college, or help them set up like, hey, I want to go to nursing school, or I want to be a fireman, and giving them that confidence. I just think it's great. We talked about how we have to hire 120 lifeguards.
Yes, a lot,
which is insane. We don't have to hire that much for the other departments, but we need to hire retail associates and activities members. And I think the activities team is just, they have a blast and a half all summer long.
They do.
They get to do tie-dye and do glitter tattoos and hang out with the kids and really make memories. We're in the business of making memories.
We did. We have, in our business, we call it waking up. They wake up bears. We woke up some mermaids last season. They had amazing voices and actually knew all the songs to The Little Mermaid. That was so fun. And so the activities team is just a lot of playing, but it's a lot of organization, but then it's a lot of playing. So they're out there with these kids making it fun. We do tie-dye, glitter tattoos. They do hay rides.
Easter egg hunts. Easter. It's just, anything that you can think of, they really do. Foam parties.
They love the foam parties. Foam parties at the aquatics. Yeah, foam parties is everyone's favorite. And it's my favorite because when the foam party goes on, here comes all the parents coming over with their phones, and that just creates memories. And I think Jellystone for me is creating memories. When I traveled as a kid, that was my favorite thing, was creating memories, but also it kind of triggers your brain of fun things like that. You remember those things, instead of buying stuff, it's the memories that you remember.
I was saying 10 years ago, I couldn't tell you what I've gotten for a gift for Christmas or for my birthday. I have no idea, but I do remember the camping trip that I went on with my dad when I was 13. I do remember the trips that I went on, and making memories. And now that I'm a mom, it's crazy. I'm like, I get it. Yeah. When you were talking about how it's just so amazing watching these moms come out and record their kids, or the dads come out and record their kids, I'm like, that's going to be me. I totally understand. Like every chance I get, I'm like recording, like, he's doing something cute. Like, and these really are the memories. And that's what I love about this job too. It's just, we are creating memories for these families. And regardless of what department you're in, whether you're in the activities team, the aquatics team, or the retail team, where you're in the front and you're greeting the guests as they come in, or you're, checking them out at the front desk, or you're checking them in and walking them in for their vacation, because we have the cabin rentals and the RV sites too. So, every part of our team, everyone is creating a memory for these people that are coming for a vacation. Yeah. And it's definitely, and we have a new department this year. We're going to have food and beverage. Yes. We're building a restaurant. So we're going to open applications that in a couple months. We're still figuring out our menu and everything, but that's something fun. Yeah. And then the front desk, like you said. And then we always have housekeeping and maintenance as well, too. So if you're interested on anything, really, you can come apply at Jellystone. We have a position for you, and we'd love to have you. It's always a new adventure, isn't it? We're always doing something new.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what will come 2 years from now.
Who knows?
3 years from now.
Look where we were a year and a half ago and where
know.
we've come. I mean, that's just crazy, the growth in a year and a half. I mean,
the growth that is still yet to come. I mean, the plans that we have in mind
Yes,
are
yes.
very exciting, but
tricks up our sleeve.
yes. Yeah, so it's very exciting.
Very cool.
I love it.
Well, Janae, thank you so much for joining me here today. It was so fun to talk to you. We just love you at Jellystone, and we love everything that you bring to the Jellystone table. So
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Emily.
She is one of the most kind-hearted, knowledgeable women I've ever met. So I'm so lucky to have her on the team. So we love you a lot, Janae. So
You're going to make me cry. Stop.
and baby Hudson.
Yes.
So, well, thank you for joining us today with Around the Picnic Basket, and we hope to see you on the next podcast.